So, good morning everyone, especially Ma'am Nel. Our topic for today or our report for today is all about analysis of cost, profit, and total revenue. So, let us know what is cost. Cost, it is the important consideration in production. A producer will not just jump into a particular investment by simply looking at the potential revenue of the business. So in short, cost refers to the expenses incurred in producing a product or providing a service. It includes labor, raw materials, labor, overhead costs, and etc. For example, if a company produce a bicycles, ang cost niya ay would include the expenses of the materials, labor, factory rent, and also utilities used in making those bicycles. Another examples is hindi mo pwedeng sasabihin na ang binibenta mong product ay nakakalaga ito ng $20 dahil sa tingin mo ay maganda lang ito, no? So the cost associated with running this include cost of materials, cost of equipments, cost of permits or license, and also cost of labor. Kumbaga may ginabasean ka sa isa ka product bago mo ang price na bago mo final cost ya. And now, accounting cost versus economic cost. Economic costs are forward-looking costs, meaning economic costs are in tune with future costs because their costs have major repercussion on the potential profitability of the firm. Economists give emphasis on the opportunity cost or cost that is incurred by not putting the resources to optimum use. In short, economic costs could be the expenses incurred by a business to produce a product. For example, the cost of raw materials, labor, wages, utilities, rent for the manufacturing space, and any other expenses directly related to producing item would be considered economic costs. On the another hand, economic cost is a broader concept or malawak or very broad that include both explicit and implicit. When we say explicit, ito yung something that is clear, direct, and easily stated or identified. And for example, explicit cost is business include expenses like rent, wages, utilities, and actual monetary. When we say implicit, implicit naman something that is implied or understood but not directly expressed or easily quantified. And accounting costs tend to be retrospective. They recognize costs only when these are made properly recorded. They do not adjust these costs even opportunity costs change. Or in short, accounting costs refers to the explicit monetary expenses recorded in a company's financial statement. Nandito na nakapaloob lahat ng actual costs incurred. It is operations. For example, paying employee wages, rent for space, utilities, purchasing raw materials, and other direct expenses. So, ang pagkakaiba ng economic cost at accounting cost ay ang economic cost encompass both explicit and implicit, while accounting costs focus on implicit or tangible expenses. Yan lang po. So, the next reporter will continue the topic.
Good morning everyone, especially to you Ma'am Nelbs. So my topic for today is about implicit cost versus explicit cost. So first, explicit cost, the actual expenses of the firm in purchasing or hiring the inputs it needs, such as when a firm purchases a machine worth of 1 million, rents a building worth of 100,000 pesos per month. So, explicit cost refers to the direct, measurable cost of an action or decision. It is the out-of-pocket expense incurred as a result of an action, such as when the cost of purchasing a product, paying fee, or incurring a penalty. In economics, explicit costs are often contrasted with implicit costs, which are indirect or unseen cost of an action or decision. So the example of it is when you buy a new phone, you pay an explicit cost, which is the price listed on the product. This is the direct and also measurable expense. So next, we have implicit cost refers to the value of inputs being owned by the firm and used in its own production process. So implicit cost refers to the opportunity cost of a resource that is not directly paid, but it is incurred due to the use of that resource. For example, if you decide to invest a new business that requires you to work for it in full time, you are incurring an implicit cost because you are foregoing the income and also benefits you would have earned if you were working for someone else. So that's it.
So good day, I am Irish J. Banyadas and I am going to continue the report in analysis of cost, profit, and total revenue. Short-run cost analysis. So what is short-run? Short-run for a firm is a time horizon when one input is held constant. To analyze the short-run cost, it is essential to fix the level of capital and study the changes on the quantity of labor hired. So, in short run, one input is fixed while one other input is variable. So, I have here an example. So, if a gift maker has to manufacture set units of goods for Christmas in 6 days, so it needs to increase laborers and raw materials, but not the machinery. So, in that case, ang laborers o ang raw materials, that is what we call the variable cost. And then, ang machineries, that is what we call the fixed cost. So, paano siya? Kasi syempre, di ba, ang machineries, fixed na gina siya. No matter what will happen, ang machineries, nandyan na yan siya. But then, ang raw materials ug ang laborer, pwede siya mawala, pwede siya nga naa, pwede nga damo, pwede nga gamay lang. So, I hope you understand the short run, And now let us proceed into the different types of short run cost. First, we have the total fixed cost or TFC. These are do not vary with output. So, wala siya naga-vary sa output or I should say production. Example, ana ang depreciation sa building, sa machineries, sa mga salaries of top management, rent expenses on lease plant, and interest payments on borrowed capital. So, to explain it deeper, ang total fixed cost is wala siya naga-vary sa output, di ba? So, bisan pag mag-increase ang production or mag-decrease ang production, total fixed cost is still the same. Di ba? Just like what I've said earlier, sa machineries, di ba Di ba nag-change na sa raw materials, nag-increase na sa laborers, but then ang machineries same lang gyapon. So ang cost ato same lang, fixed na siya. Next, we have the total variable cost. These are the costs that vary with output. So, what do you mean by that? So it means ang kani nga mga cost is depende lang siya sa ma-produce na product. Example are payments sa raw materials, wages, tax payments, and operating expenses. So if mag-increase ang production, it means ang cost nimo ani is mag-increase sad. Why? Kay ga-increase na pud inyong raw materials. So mas magtaas ang cost ninyo sa pagbili ng mga materials, 'di ba? So that is what we call the total variable cost. Mga cost nga naga-vary sa production. Next, we have the total cost. It is the sum of total fixed cost and total variable cost. So we're just going to add the total fixed cost and the total variable cost to get the total cost. Next, we have the average fixed cost or AFC. The total fixed cost divided by the number of output produced. So to get the AFC, we're just going to divide the total fixed cost sa product nga ato ang ma-inquire or ma-produce. So I have another example. If the total fixed cost of a Christmas ball factory is 5,000 and it produces 500 Christmas balls, then the average fixed cost will be 10 per unit. So if sa 5,000 nga cost is nakaproduce sa og 1,000 ka product or ka Christmas balls, mag-cost siya og 5 pesos per product. So if 5,000 imong cost tapos nakaproduce sa og 5,000 pud ka Christmas balls, then ang price sa each Christmas balls is 1 pesos. So, di ba, same lang ang imuhang cost, but then, bisan pagpila ang na-produce, ga-remain constant lang siya na 5,000. So, no matter what the output of the product is, the cost remains the same. So, di ba, ang fixed cost is wala siya ga-matter sa product or sa output or sa outcome sa inyong business. So, fixed na siya. Kung 5,000, 5,000 na siya. Bisan pagtaas ang production or baba, 5,000 gina siya. Next is the average variable cost or AVC. Refers to the total variable cost divided by the number of output produced. So, to get the AVC, i-divide na to ang total variable cost sa product na produce. So, I don't have example, but it's understandable naman siya, di ba? Na gadepend siya sa output sa isa ka company or gadepend siya sa product nga ma-produce. So, kung ang mag-change ang output, then ang cost is mag-change po. Di ba sa example ko kanina, na katong sa Christmas balls is nag-increase sila og laborer and nag-increase sad sila og raw materials. So it means nag-increase ang cost nila ato tungod kay nagdagdag sila og laborers. Syempre mas marami na silang sweldohan. So that is why nag-increase sad ang cost. And then nagabilidan sila ng mga raw materials. So that is why din nga naga-increase din ang. So, one factor po to siya nga nang mag-increase ang cost. So, again, average variable cost is very gina siya sa output. Kung magtaas ang production, magtaas po ang cost syempre, kay dili man nimo na siya ma-produce kung wala kay nagasto ngayon ani kadaghan. Next, average total cost. This refers to the total cost divided by the cost per unit of output. So at this point, ma-identify na to ang break-even if ang company is gagain og losses. if ang company is no gain and no losses. So, in what way? Kaya syempre, ato ang i-divide na to ang total cost sa cost per unit of output. So, makita na to kung nabatay capital or nalugi ba ta sa to ang business. So, this is the average total cost. To get the average total cost, ay divide lang na to ang total cost sa quantity per unit, no? So that is the product nga na-produce. Next is the marginal cost. This refers to the changes in total cost divided by the change in output produced. It is also the additional cost incurred unit of output. So, sa marginal cost, wala siya ang mga added cost to produce an additional good. So, say for example, if makulang tong 500 na Christmas balls, then mag-add na pud sila og another nga mga raw materials para makaproduce og another good. Halimbawa, 600 ang kailangan nila. So, need nila mag-add og so, syempre, makagastos sila og another money kaya syempre, need man nila another materials para sa other product. So, that is the marginal cost. And that ends my report. The short run cost. Thank you. It's a prank, so here we're going to identify kung paano isolve. So we have here, these are the quantity. These are the total fixed costs, the total variable cost, the total cost, the average fixed cost, the average variable cost, the average total cost, and the marginal cost. So, first is the total fixed cost. As you can see, diba, 30 lang siya tanan. So, that is what we call the total fixed cost. 30 lang siya overall. Then, the total variable cost, first, we have 15, 20, 22.5, 27.5, 37.5, and 60. So, given na sila ang total fixed cost and total variable cost. Now, to get the total cost, is i-add na to ang total fixed cost ug ang total variable cost. So, i-add na to ang 30 sa 15 equals 45. So, mao na siya. Add na to ang 30 sa 20 equals 50. Now, to get the average fixed cost, so, total fixed cost, i-divide na to sa 1 is equals to 30, di ba? So, 30 divided by 2 is equals to 15. 30 divided by 3 is equals to 10. So, that is how to get the average fixed cost. Now, to get the average variable cost, isa tuwang i-divide ang total, ang total variable cost sa quantity. So, 15 divided by 1 is equals to 15. 20 divided by 2 is equals to 10. 22.5 divided by 3 is 7.5. And 27.5 divided by 4 is 6.9. So, that is how to get the average fixed cost. Next, to get the average total cost is i-divide na to ang total cost ang total cost dito sa quantity. So, 45 divided by 1 is equals to 45. 50 divided by 2 is equals to 25. And 52.5 divided by 3 is equals to 17.5. So, that is how to get the average total cost. Next is the marginal cost. So, to get the marginal cost, i-minus lang na to ang total cost. So, ano siya? 45 minus 30 is equals to 15. 50 60 minus 45 is equals to 5. 52.5 minus 50 is equals to 2.5. 57.5 minus 52.5 is equals to 5. And 67.5 minus 57.5 is 10. And last, 90 minus 67.5 is 22.5. So, i-minus lang ninyo siya. Kuris-kurisan. That's all. Thank you.
So next we have long run cost analysis. Long run cost analysis is a time period wherein all fixed factors can be variable. The long run average total cost, or the LAC, is producing a given level of output is always the lowest point of the short run average total cost of producing that output. The LAC is equitangent to the H short run average cost, or the SAC, representing different plant sizes that a firm can build in a long run. So long run cost analysis refers to the process of examining the cost structure of a business over an extended period of time, typically in several years. So this involves analyzing the cost of inputs such as labors, materials, and also the equipments, as well as fixed costs like rents and insurance. So the goal of long run cost analysis is to identify trend and cost and make prediction about the future cost structure of the business. So that's it about in long run cost analysis. Next we have long run marginal cost. The long run marginal cost is measures the change in the long run total cost from a given change in output. The LMC is U-shaped. It reaches minimum point before the LAC. QE reaches its minimum just like in short run analysis. At the increasing portion of LAC, LMC is over LAC. So long run marginal cost refers to the additional cost incurred by the business when producing one more unit of product or service. In the long run, it takes into an account factors such as economies of scale, technological advancement, and changes in input prices. So the example of it could be a software company analyzing the cost of developing one more version of its software. This involves considering the additional cost of hiring more developers, purchasing additional hardware or software, and any other factors that could impact the cost of developing a new version. By understanding the long run marginal cost, the company can inform the decision, product development, and other strategic decision. So that's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Tria Ambernales and today I'm going to report about profit analysis. So what is profit analysis? Profit analysis is the process of calculating or analyzing the profit business. So business profit versus economic profits. Business profit refers to the difference between total revenue and explicit cost. Business profit is the money you have left after paying all your expenses. So ang bilin mo nga kwarta no sa imo nga sa kapital mo. So economic profit refers to the difference between total revenue and both explicit and implicit cost. Economic is the difference between the revenue that an economic entity has been received from output and total cost. So economic economic profit kay ang pagkakaiba sa total revenue sa between explicit and implicit cost. So, point of maximum profit. By the definition, profit or pie equals to the total revenue or TR less total cost of TC, where R total revenue, TR or total is equals to price or P multiplied by quantity or Q. No? Ang formula kay pie is equal to TR minus TC or total cost. Total cost ay total revenue is equals to price times sa quantity. Profit of maximum. To maximize the profit, the firm must find the equilibrium price and quantity that give the largest profit on the largest difference between total revenue and total cost. If the TR is greater than TC or total revenue is greater than total cost, the firm incurs profit. If the total revenue is less than total cost, the firm's incurs loss, no, pagbaba. So, and if the total revenue is equals to total cost or TR is equals to TC, the firm experience break-even condition. So, amo ni siya ang formula no nga TR is if TR is greater than TC, ang tawag dira kay profit cost. If if TR is less than TC, ang tawag dira kay loss. If TR is equals to TC, ang tawag dira kay break-even. So, sa pag-solve sinino, so here are the example of profit analysis. Points, quantity Q, total cost, total revenue, and profits. So, on the points A, we have the quantity of 0, the total cost is 1,600, the total revenue is 0, the profit is negative 1,600. Why negative 1,600? It is because the total revenue is subtracted to the total cost of 0 minus 1,600. It is equals to negative 1,800. And the letter B, we have 1,600 minus 4,000 is equals to negative 2,400. On the letter C, we have 3,200 minus 4,600 is equals to 1,400. And then the letter B, we have 4,800 minus 4,800 is equals to 0. That's we call break even. So on the letter D, we have 6,400 minus 5,400. The answer is 1,352. The reason why 1,352 or positive, it is because the total revenue is greater than the total cost. Then the letter F is 8,000 minus 550 is equals to positive 2,450. The total revenue also is greater than total cost. On the letter J, we have 9,600 minus 6,400. The answer is 3,200. No, so the total revenue is greater than the total cost. So the answer is positive 3,200. And the letter H, we have 11,200 minus 8,000 is equals to 3,200 also. That's because 11,000 minus 800 is equals 8,000 is equals to 3,000, positive 3,000. And the total revenue on the on the letter H is 12. The total revenue is 12,000 minus 12,800 minus 12,800 is equal to 0. So that's the answer. If you graph, no, as you can see, here are the graph, no, of the profit analysis. So you need to analyze na lang, no, is because basic na lang man yan. So you no need to explain na kasi na tapos na natin na kasi.
Price is greater than average total cost. In this case, the firm is gaining profit because price is greater than the cost. Price is equal to average total cost. In this case, we are experiencing break-even. Profit is 0 at price equal to average total cost. So it means yung ating ginastos is nakabawi lang tayo doon. No profit na nangyari. Kumbaga wala tayo ginansya because break even lang siya. Kumbaga nakabawi lang ta sa tuang capital or sa tuang nagastos.
Price is less than average total cost. Even if the price is below average total cost, the firm may continue operating the short run as long as price is greater than average variable cost. Average variable cost, when we say variable cost, is including labor, price rate, production supplies, packaging supplies, and also raw materials na ginagamit ng isang company. In figure 7.7, price intersects marginal cost indicating the best level of output but is above the average variable cost curve, which means that the firm should not shut down even though profits are negative. So meaning in figure 7.7, presyo ay nagsalubong sa marginal na gastos na ang pinapahiwatig na ng pinakamahusay na antas ng output. Ngunit sa itaas ng average variable cost curve na nangangahulugan na ang kumpanya ay hindi dapat magsara kahit na ang kita ay negatibo. Why? Because total revenue is greater than total variable cost. Dahil ang kabuuang kita ay mas malaki kaysa sa kabuuang variable cost. At ang pagsasara ng negosyo ay mag-alis ng karagdagang kita. And the firm can still pay the wage in operating expenses and can still purchase same raw materials but not enough to cover the fixed cost. Maaari ka ring bumili ng parehong mga raw materials ngunit hindi sapat ito para masakop ang mga nakapirming gasto or fixed cost. The firm should shut down if any of the following occurs. Price equals average variable cost or price less than average variable cost in figure 7.8 shows the price is equal its marginal cost and average variable cost. Figure 7.8 shows the price equal to marginal cost and average variable cost. It is no longer practical to continue business because revenue is just enough to cover the variable cost of the firm and there is no extra revenue to cover fixed cost. Hindi na practical na ipatuloy ang negosyo dahil ang kita ay sapat lamang upang masakop ang variable cost. If price less than average variable cost ay the decision is ipahinto mo na lang ito dahil ang kabuuang kita ay hindi sapat para pagbayaran ang mga variable cost or mga expenses ng iyong business.
you.